Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Heavensward. In the last episode, we did some questing here in Idleshire to be able to become an official citizen of Idleshire and then gain free passage to get across the other side of the river. So we took care of that. We also did some side quests to get the aether currents that we needed for eventually being able to fly here. And, yeah, so we took care of that. We now are able to continue on to the other side of the river here in the hinterlands. So that is what we're going to go ahead and do. We need to go ahead and talk to Y'shtola, and then we're going to move on. We're also going to have some things to take care of back in Ishgard, because we have some new hunts that we can take part in. And we also are going to need to head back to Limsa, because I was able to complete some stuff in the challenge log, and we now have a new recruit in the barracks, part of our squad. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that and see if we can get the squad up and running. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to Y'shtola here. Alright, ahead lies the answering quarter, where the scholars of Sharlayan gathered to hone their knowledge. Even from this distance, 'tis plain that much of it has been given back to the wilderness. Alright, we don't need anything here. We're going to take the materia. Alright. Next. The cave in which Matoya resides is situated on the southern edge of the hinterlands. In choosing the spot, my master desired privacy above all else. As such, the cave is extremely well hidden. You'll not find it unless you know to look for it. We shall follow the road south till we reach a bridge. Rather than cross it, however, we shall ford the stream it spans, thence head straight until we arrive at the base of a bluff. Alright, so let's go ahead and mount up and ride to where we're going to need to go. Yep. Nature is beginning to reclaim much of the city. It doesn't look like we're going to have much else to do out here. Because we're not doing any of the side quests. Because certainly there would be a bunch of side quests in Idleshire that would send us out here to do things. So, since we're not doing those, we're just going to go ahead and ride on down here to Matoyas Cave. And take a look at the scenery as we do so. And get EXP as we explore chunks. In fact, we may get enough EXP from just riding out here that'll push me to level 60. That'll be interesting. Certainly, we may be getting enough EXP from the actual main story quests that'll push us to level 60. Which is fine. Once we get to level 60, I'm going to have to go for a new set of gear, but, you know, that's for me to worry about off screen. The gear I'm currently wearing will suffice, because this is not, you know, level 50 quests. These are level 58, 59 stuff, so... And there is an aether current. And I might have to fight here. Nope. Decided to break off at the last moment. But I may have to fight that Porogo over there. These guys can be somewhat annoying when you're riding through here because they have ranged attacks. So they tend to be able to hit you even as you ride past. Alright, Ystilla? This is the entrance. You seem unconvinced, Ayame. Well, that will only add to the surprise. A word of warning before we proceed. Stubborn geniuses make poor hosts, and time will have done naught to improve my master's temperament. Doubt not that there will be sentinels and traps both to deter unwanted guests, but we'll not be deterred, will we? Go on and touch the wall yonder. You will want to have your weapon near at hand. I always have my weapon near at hand. Icy wall. Sure enough. Simple enough. Alright. Looks like we need to go back to Ystilla here. The sentinels may suffice to discourage the average trespasser, but not the warrior of light. The way should now be clear. Come, let us go and see my master.
Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? The youth of today. No manners at all.
Though we neglected to knock, we did create something of a commotion. I had hoped that would suffice.
Heavy-handed as ever, I see. And still not a hint of grace. Some things never change.
To give credit where credit is due, I learned from the best. It has been too long, Master Matoya.
Indeed it has. Oh, it's good to see you again, my girl. And with your fiery spirit unquenched. But look at you, all grown up and womanly. The one there in the fancy duds, that's Louisoise's granddaughter, I take it?
Grandson, begging your pardons. You knew my grandfather, my lady.
Knew him? Ha! We were constantly at each other's throats. Like rabid dogs we were. Oh, he was a stubborn bugger, was your grandfather. Never a dull moment when he was around, though, I'll give him that. As for you, boy, I've known you since you were a rosy-cheeked babe at the teat.
And my sister too, I gather. May I say what an honor it is to meet you again, my lady?
Spare me the hollow pleasantries, boy. I'll wager my remaining good teeth you didn't come to a forgotten corner of Eorzea to flirt with a wrinkly old woman. Now out with it. What is it you need of me? Azizla. I never thought I'd hear that name again.
You are familiar with it?
As familiar as one can get from poring over musty old tomes. The Allagans set the Isle afloat not long before the sun set on their empire. Old Louis Soir and I often talked about it. The place is home to a research facility dedicated to finding ways of mastering mighty beings, such as primals and dragons. And find ways it did too, frightening ones. Such secrets as lie buried on Azizla aren't fit to see the light of day. And now you tell me a band of dragon-baiting primal botherers are trying to dig them up?
Indeed. And to make matters worse, the Ascians have a hand in their plot. They must be stopped, no matter the cost.
I see. Very well.
You will help us then? Truly? I had not anticipated such an impassioned response. Could it be that the presence of young blood has stirred your own?
Ah, some things never change. One day that pertness is going to cost you your tail, my girl. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Alright, so there we have Matoya. And there's probably an Aether Current quest. Alright, let's go ahead and see what she needs, or if she can even help us at all. Matoya is in a mood to reminisce. Oh, it's going to be an Aether Current. Alright.
'Twas some 50 years ago, shortly after Garlemald had brought all of Ilsabard under its rule. Faced with the threat of invasion, the people of Sharlayan scrambled about for a means to resist the Empire. For my part, I was tasked with developing an etheric converger.
Ah, yes. A device which draws in ether and concentrates it to produce a destructive force.
But as my research neared its end, it was denounced by the Forum, who claimed that my device was more likely to destroy us than our enemies. After that, they and I had a little falling out, and I decided to seal away all the fruits of my research, lest the dunder-headed ingrates reap any benefit. Ha! Petty, I know, but gods, it was satisfying.
Do mine ears deceive? 'Twas you, was it not, who was so fond of saying that all knowledge exists to advance mankind, that how it is used depends on us?
I don't remember. Perhaps. All right, yes. It was a pet phrase of mine. And that should give you a notion of how sick and tired I was of those spineless wretches of the Forum. All talk and no trousers, that lot. That's why I decided to remain behind, rather than join the Exodus.
You may have had your disagreements with my grandfather, but upon that point, your minds were as one.
With respect, Master, the fruits of your research should not be left to spoil. Will you share with us the secrets of the etheric converger?
Aye, I will. All the information you need is contained in a tome I wrote on the subject. But you'll have to fetch it from the forbidden section of the Great Library.
Ah, you were not exaggerating when you said that you had sealed it away. Though the city is abandoned, the library's guardians are all but certain to remain. We must needs cut a path through them. Come, let us away.
Not so fast, you lot. Stola and the boy are staying with me. I need help to make new sentinels to replace the old ones you walloped. They'll be board and lodging, don't you worry. But know that you'll have to work for them. Hard. I'll have no sluggards in my house.
Alright, so we're going to need to head into the Great Library to obtain this tome. Let's see what she says next. Oh, the Great Library's guardians shouldn't pose any difficulty for a hero like you. You'll hardly notice Stola's absence, and the girl, boy, whatever, would only get in your way. If it turns out you aren't up to the task, well, then I'll know you can't be trusted with something as dangerous as an etheric ram. Now, the library's entrance is locked tight. I'll loan you one of my servants to open it. The broom yonder. Well, what are you waiting for? Introduce yourself, girl. Okay, we'll introduce ourselves to the enchanted broom. Greetings, good madam. I am Broomsy, my lady's servant of some 50 years. May I say what an honor it is to serve you. I am given to understand you wish to enter the Great Gooble Library. To find it, pray head east upon leaving this cave. The building will come into view shortly after you reach the collapsed bridge. I shall go on ahead and wait you at the entrance. When your preparations are in order, pray come and meet me there. It will be my pleasure to unlock the door for you. Very well. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to Sarorogo. Sarorogo is a picture of nervous energy. It will give us an aether current. Woe is me, Ribbit. Mistress Matoya will have my hide. You are a guest, and yet you would lend me your aid? Oh, thank you, kind adventurer. I am in your debt. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Sarorogo, a humble servant of Mistress Matoya. I am tasked with picking leaves from her herb garden from which I make her tea. Alas, drawn to their medicinal properties, bugs have recently taken to ravaging the herbs. I tended to get rid of the pests, but they are too much for a lone Porogo to handle. I would be grateful if you could eliminate them in my stead. Seems simple enough. Oh, there's a junk monger here. Do I need repairs? Not really. Now that gives me 2 that are going to give me aether currents. How many do I actually need? There's still 3, so there's another quest out there that I don't have. Let's go ahead over to the Great Library and unlock, because it's going to be a dungeon. We're going to go through the duty finder to do, which we're not going to have time to do that today. Oh, it's right here. Medicinal Herbs. We're going to do 3 of these. Ah, there's one over there as well. And if it's right here, we might as well just finish this and go ahead and turn it in. Alright, well that was simple enough. Let's head back into the cave, turn this in, and see if it might give us another quest? I don't know, because I haven't seen anything else that looks like it's going to give us an Aether Current. That last one may be part of a quest chain. I'll have to check if it doesn't show up. Alright, there's Sorrow Rogo. The bugs are no more. Oh, thank you. Not only are you kind, but you are strong as well. Alright, now I can resume my duties again, harvesting and making tea, and it's all I am capable of. I'm a failed creation, you see. Unlike my mistress's other children, I'm incompetent and clumsy. For want of a task I could perform, she bade me serve her tea 7 times daily, but even in this, I needed assistance. As I make myself more useful, it is only a matter of time before my mistress removes my enchantment. Then I will revert to an ordinary toad incapable of speech. I cannot bear the thought of that. I must become a better servant, and I believe I can do so if only I knew what my mistress desires. Having received of her blessing, the brooms here are bound to possess this knowledge. Alas, they refuse to talk to me. But as you are our guest, they cannot willfully ignore you, even if they are not entirely cooperative or forthright. Please speak with them, and acquire the information I need to survive. And there we go. Leveled up. Level 60. Well, we're not going to worry about those brooms yet. Unless I have to. But, I'll be looking into that later. Let's head back out, and let's head over to the library, unlock that, and then I think we'll go ahead and take care of the other side things we need to take care of, and then we might call it a day there. Alright, we're just going to ride past these progos. Hopefully they won't cause me too much of a headache. Well, we couldn't have gone up that bridge if we wanted to. The library is actually... we're heading the wrong direction completely. Okay. There's the library right there. There's a bridge we're going to need to cross to get to it. And this bridge is actually functional. Oh, there's somebody out here doing the fate. Well, it's partially functional. It's broken, but there is a staircase that gets us up to the non-broken part. Now, this is still relatively well preserved. And a little bit of growth coming in between the pavers there, but it's not too bad. All right, there's Broomsy. You stand before the Great Gooble Library, one of Heidelin's foremost repositories of knowledge. Alas, it has fallen into disuse since the Exodus some summers since. In all those years, its halls have welcomed not the coming of a single soul. Its floors felt not the loving brush of a broom. But mine apologies, madam. Pray pay no mind to the dreams of a humble broom. You are doubtless eager to venture within and retrieve my lady's tome. I shall unlock the door at once. When you have what you seek, pray return to the cave and report to my lady. Alright. So we need to use a duty finder to enter the Great Gooble Library, which we will do most likely next episode. But for now, let me just make sure that nothing else has popped up here. No. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to look into that and figure out where that third Aether Current is going to be. Because this is going to get us this one. This is the one we're missing. We have 4 more out on the field somewhere, which I'll find on my own, but that one quest is the one thing that I need to figure out. Alright, let's go ahead and head back to Ishgard. First, go ahead and talk to Ardelaine and see if we can access the level 3 hunt bills. I'm going to decide if I want to keep leveling past 60. Or if we kind of want to slow down here, at least until we hit Stormblood, because, I mean, I don't know if I want to be level 70 when I go through Stormblood, because we'll just tear through so much of that. It might be fine just to kind of go with the natural leveling for the time being. And then once we're actually in Stormblood and actually need to level, and then I can work on getting the character up to higher levels. Alright, so there's Ardelaine. Oh, so you've met Lois. Lois? Something like that. Then have you? Well, if she says you're ready for level 3 marks, this ain't worth arguing. So make sure you're well prepared before you go after one of these beasts. They're more dangerous than anything you've hunted so far. The rewards are bigger too, provided you make it back in one piece. Any road, go and have a gander at the clan hunt board, so long as you understand the risks. I'll let you pick any level 3 mark that takes your fancy. I believe the level 3s are single. Are they single? The clan hunt board is covered in bills showing the details of wanted monsters. If you're sure you're up to challenge, taking on one of the level 3 marks. Complete. We are now permitted to take bills for level 3 clan marks. Right. No. There is, like, what they call a B rank. Which is a single mob that we can attack. It is part of this. Alright. Arlene has some news for you from the Master of Clan Centurio. Okay. Well, Metayame, I've got some good news for you. I've had word from Sir Ludaste, the Master of Clan Centurio. Seems he's been keeping half an eye on your progress, and he reckons you're just about ready to spread your wings as a fully fledged elite bark hunter. Per Ludast, Sir Ludast was born into a noble family, but he left all that behind to head out hunting, tracking down the fiercest foes and destroying them for the good of the realm. Folk call him the original hunter-scholar. Being recognized by a feller like that ain't nothing to be sniffed at. Never letting it go to your head, though. These elite marks are on a whole another level to aught you've hunted before, and charging in willy-nilly is a sure way to meet your maker. We'll give them ranks based on how deadly they are, just like the grand companies do. You'll find the bills for these elite marks up on the clan hunt board alongside the others. You're free to take whichever bill you choose, but make sure you know what you're doing before you head out hunting. Every one of these beasts is a nightmare incarnate. And nothing hard. I mean, they're not exactly a walk in the park, but, you know, they can be killed solo. And the clan hunt board is covered in bills showing the details of wanted monsters. Alright. Elite clan hunts are now accessible. Defeating rank S, rank A, and some rank B elite marks. You're rewarded with Centurio seals. We're not going to be doing rank S's or rank A's, but rank B's. False Gigantopithecus. Alright. Reward 5,000 gil, 100 Centurio seals. We'll accept that one, and we'll go ahead and make sure that they get put on my bar so I can get access to them quickly. So we can see the 3 stars and the elite mark. Where is the elite mark? The elite mark is in the Divanian hinterlands. Thing is that they can literally spawn anywhere in the entire map. Well, I don't know about anywhere in the entire map, but they spawn randomly across the map. So they can be kind of hard to track down. Usually best to do so from the back of a flying mount, once we can fly. I'm not going to try and do it on foot. One thing I usually like to do when I'm out hunting those is, when I find one, just kind of shout into the realm to see if anybody else needs it, and then take it down as a group so everybody gets credit. You know, just as a courtesy. Because they can be somewhat difficult to locate. So, one thing we're going to do is we're going to head back to Limsa. And we're going to go to the Barracks, and we're going to go take a look at our new recruit and see if we can't get our squad up and running. The aft castle. Alright, into the barracks. Alright, so we now have enlistment papers. Let's go ahead and take a look. Who do we got? Good news, Commander. We've received new enlistment papers. Let them on your desk for review when you have a free moment. Prefer, however, I can arrange for you to meet any potential new recruits face to face. Always like to look a soldier in the eye myself. Alright, so there we are. We have Ali Mahos. He's a hire, rogue. Reason for enlistment: I was inspired by our countless deeds of heroism. 24 physical ability, 12 mental ability, 60 tactical ability. Is a good tactical ability. Nice. Let's go ahead and question him. Let's bring him in. And you know what? We really don't have any other options, so go ahead and recruit him. So we need that 4th member. The squadron is now 4 strong, which means we're ready for deployment, sir. Alright, the barracks has room for 8 soldiers. If you wish to enlist any promising new recruits beyond that, I'm afraid you need to discharge one of the existing squadron members. Never a pleasant task, but an elite unit is no place for underperformers. Right then, they say experience is the best teacher, so how about we jump straight into a simple mission. To deploy your squadron on a mission, we speak with the squadron sergeant and select the squadron missions. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get them out on a bit of a quick, simple mission. Squadron is eager to receive your next orders. Let's see, squadron missions. our fledgling squadron's first deployment. Now, ordinarily, I would offer you a list of pre-approved duties excuse me, to choose from, but I've taken the liberty of arranging simple mission to ease the recruits into their roles. All you need to do is confirm the squadron members and give the signal to deploy. Squadron missions must be undertaken by a unit comprised of 4 members. Choose the recruits you deem suitable for the mission, and then select the deploy button. Alright. Now that's way over there. It's right over here. Okay, so we have our 3 people. Basically, this is a healer, 2 DPS classes, and the tank. That's actually a pretty good composition. City Patrol. Patrol city streets and maintain peace in Limsa Limensa. It actually costs us marks. These are not marks. What are these things called? I never remember. Company seals in order to send these guys out. But for this one, it's free. Go ahead and deploy. They will return in 1 hour. Alright, so the squadron is deployed. The order has been given, Commander. The squadron is mission bound. I should also mention that each deployment is funded by company seals. Right. I paid what's owed this time around, but the maelstrom requires that their soldiers receive fair compensation. For future deployments, you'll need to pay the recruits yourself, Commander. And now I wait. Once the squadron is returned from their mission, speak to me and I'll provide you with a full report. Speak to the squadron sergeant, confirm the results of the mission. Squadron mission require 18 hours to complete. The time remaining until a mission is completed can be viewed by opening timers. Okay. Now this one's only going to take 1 hour, but the typical mission takes 18 hours. Alright. So now we got that up and running. I don't think there's much else for me to do right now. I need to look into where the other Aether Current is, and then we're going to need to run the Great Gooble Library Dungeon next episode. So, we'll go ahead and end here, and we'll pick up next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.